everybody. I thought we would just start by saying hello. I'm Lesley Seymour. Some of you may not know me. And I run CoveyClub. I used to run Mary Claire, Moore, YM, and Redbook magazines. So you may have read those, and that might be how you know me. Um, and for the last 8 years, I've been doing CoveyClub, which is a community for women. And one of the newest things we've been doing is some travel together, because the whole point is to get together and get to know each other. It's about deepening friendships and about supporting each other and working through the trials and tribulations of midlife, which I highly recommend doing as a group. Never do it alone. Not a good idea. And so Kiki, who you see there, wave Kiki, is a member who turns out to be also a travel expert for women who are 40 plus. And so we've gotten to know her and what she does. And we've put together a couple of trips, one which they did back in June to the Basque Country. And then this one,
Suzanne was on. She's on.
Suzanne went on that trip. And it was kind of a quickly put together trip just to see if there was interest and whatever. So I couldn't go on that one because it was too quick. But now we have time to plan. And since that was such a big success, we're planning April 3rd through the 13th, Italy, the Amalfi Coast, and the beautiful island of Ischia. And so I'm really excited about it. I haven't been to Italy in, gosh, I want to say 7 years probably. It's been a while. I used to go every other year. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. And the girls who came back from the Basque trip told me the best part about it is that you don't have to do anything. All you do is show up, and Kiki does it all. First of all, I don't know how she does that, because when I run the retreats here in New Orleans for CoveyClub, I'm wiped out after just 3 days. So I really admire anybody who can do 9 days of it, because it's exhausting and terrifying when something doesn't work and doesn't go right. And that all of it happens, as you know, when you're doing things like that. So anyway, so I thought we would start by just going around the room. If we can just take 1 minute, really only 1 minute, just 60 seconds, put it on your phone, or I can do that. Just to say hello, say where you live and what you why you're interested in travel. And oops, let me turn this off. I'm going to give us timers. And I think that's helpful, so we can all get to know who's here and what we're interested in. And then we'll tell you all about the specifics of the trip. So I'm going to start with Marie. Marie, you're right there. Can you give us, just tell us who you are, where you live, and why you're interested in travel? Go.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Lesley. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Casey, and everyone. Yeah, I live in Morgan Hill, California, the Northern Bay, South Bay area, like an hour from San Francisco. I love travel. I myself used to be a travel agent, my first job out of college. I studied abroad in Sweden my junior
Wow.
year. In high school I cut up an album and we toured. That was my first time to Europe. We toured Italy and a tad of Germany and a little bit of Austria, singing in cathedrals. I had a Swedish boyfriend at the time. I took the train all the way up to Sweden by myself at 18 and flew home by myself after the tour. And then that just has, we've, I just,
Awesome.
yeah,
That's
love travel.
awesome. I love it. So if you come on the trip, you're going to have to do the music in the cathedrals that we see. You're already getting an assignment. That's,
Uh-oh.
I love it. Fantastic. All right, here's Miss Suzanne in 1 minute. Who are you? Where do you live? And why do you like to travel? Go.
Hi, everybody. Suzanne Copeland. I live in a suburb outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Right now, I'm at the university. I only have a few minutes. I'm going to have to cut out of this early, but I wanted to get in here. I did go on the Basque trip. It was fantastic. Kiki did a fabulous job. It's just like Lesley said, you don't have to do anything. Guides, driver, full boutique hotels, all of it's fantastic. So I mean, I like travel well enough. But I've got a lot of time on my hands, so that's probably more why I'm interested in occupying with some travel, as opposed to some other things. So that's here.
Awesome.
Well, I love traveling with you, Suzanne. It's great to see you.
Awesome. All right, Miss Karen.
Good to see you.
Hey, Karen Omgren. I'm in Nashua, New Hampshire, and I fell in love with travel when I lived in Germany, in my 20s and early 30s. And I did get to Italy and to Pompeii, but so much has changed that I would really love to see Pompeii. And I never made it to the Amalfi Coast. So that would be an absolute treat. And I met Kiki at one of the retreats in New Orleans, and she is so much fun. And she makes killer drinks.
Yes.
So it'd be great to see you.
Great to see. It would be great to see you too.
Thank you. Abby, let me just get rid of this one. Hold on one sec. Oop. All right, go, Abby.
Hi, I apologize. I look like crap. I had a face
You
thing
look
earlier
great.
today. Really quick, I have known Kiki since I was 11, and I have always wanted to go to the Amalfi Coast, and I really am just looking for an excuse to spend time with Kiki. So, yeah, she was my camp counselor, and I love her. She's my big sister, and she's been spending too much time in Europe, so I haven't seen her in too long. So, and also this trip starts with my birthday. Although I have been to Pompeii 30 years ago, I had an unfortunate experience with a man exposing himself to me on a bike. So I'm not that interested in the historical part of all of this. But I am interested in the Amalfi Coast and going to like Sorrento and I can't think of the other areas. Is the tour go to Cinque Terre?
We're going to go to Ischia, this gorgeous island, which I'll tell you guys about in a little bit.
Okay, yeah. And the island.
The only exposed things you're going to see are statues on this trip.
Well, I did see the David statue in Florence that also was exposing, but that was just a statue, not a real life man.
Not a real life, yeah. There's actually, there's a couple of, they suspect that they were brothels in Pompeii where they have erotic paintings on the walls. So we can steer you clear of that if it's too much.
It's fine.
I think Abby will enjoy that.
Hi, Donna. How are you? Go ahead. Give us who are you? Where do you live? And why do you love travel?
Okay. Hi, I'm, like she said, I'm Donna. I'm in San Diego, just up north from San Diego in Carlsbad. And my travel buddy is my daughter, and she is moving to London in February. So I assume this will be a good time for me to go over there, stay, and then travel in Europe while I'm there. And so I've always wanted to go the Amalfi Coast. And so I'm really looking forward to it and coming to different parts of the country over there while I'm there.
Fabulous. Awesome. Okay. That's great. So, why don't we go to, Kiki, do you want to take over and walk us through?
Sure, unless Ellen just popped on. Ellen, do you want to say hi?
Let's see, can she hear us? Ellen, can you hear us? We were just doing 1-minute introductions. Who are you? And why do you like to travel? There you go.
Yes, I'm just getting the right buttons pressed. Hi, yes, I'm Ellen. I do enjoy traveling to new places. I've seen a bit of Italy, but not the Amalfi Coast. So I was intrigued to see a new part of it and listen to what the program offerings could be like.
Awesome.
Great.
Fantastic. All right, Ms. Keek, why don't you take us through?
Okay, and just for those of you who don't know me, I live in New Hampshire. Worked for Dartmouth College for many years and raised my kids in Hanover. And now I just moved about 20 minutes away from Hanover and live on a beautiful lake. And in the winter, I come down and stay near my family in Florida. So I just got down to Florida. I'm on the West Coast. Happily, it's snowing at home, and I'm like being able to walk outside in shorts, which is really nice. I have loved travel since I was a girl and did a lot of traveling and travel planning for the dean while I was at Dartmouth. And I've kind of turned that into my own joyous, like I really love to just bring people on trips and watch them be fascinated and watch the group dynamics. Everybody, becomes friends, and it's fun to do things together. And it's really nice to kind of get out of your comfort zone and get out of your routine and get away from work or whatever's at home and just relax. One thing I have to say is it's really hard to get time with Lesley. Just like Abby said, it's hard to get time with me. You have to come on a trip with me. But it's hard to get time with Lesley. And we are going to have all that time with Lesley. So much fun. And she's got a couple of great things up her sleeve. I'm going to share screen and I'll show you, kind of walk through the trip with you and see if you've got any questions. And let's see, here we go. So anyway, we'll talk about that. Lesley can talk about things. This trip is open to men. We've already had one guy sign up with his wife, and we've got another 4 women on the trip that don't have partners that they're bringing, but there's another couple of couples that are thinking about it. So if you have a partner, a husband, an adult male friend, whatever, that you want to bring, that they're welcome too.
Or children, adult children are welcome.
Yeah, adult children. So this is the little map of where we're going. This is on the website.
I
So
don't
if
see
you,
anything. I'm not seeing anything. Does anybody see anything?
I'm Sharon.
No,
see it.
we're not seeing it.
I can see it.
You guys can see it?
I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Lesley, if you click the Zoom icon on your.
I see something up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something else going on. Okay,
Well,
cool.
just in case it's
Got
really
it.
easy to remember. You don't have to write it down, but my business is called Kiki Network Travel. And that's the website, kikinetworktravel.com. You just click on the Amalfi post picture and you can walk through this yourself. This is all up on the web. But I wanted to show you, we're going to fly into Naples. I've already helped, 6 people get their flights. They're pretty reasonable flights from almost anywhere in America. And then we go from Naples to Pompeii. I've got a beautiful hotel for us to stay in with a rooftop dinner and bar, and then a beautiful guided tour the next day of Pompeii. And whether you've been before or not, I'd been there 10 years ago. I took my son. It has changed so much. They are excavating all the time. The history is not boring. It's really cool. And you can see some pictures on the website, but it's definitely worth seeing. And the history is fascinating. Then we're going to take a ferry over to Ischia, which if you did follow my Instagram or watch what I was doing last year when I was scoping it out, I was just overjoyed. It is gorgeous. It's a little heaven on earth. I'm recommending it and setting up a honeymoon trip for some friends. And it is really that kind of place. So we will spend 4 days in Ischia. We'll explore the beaches. They've got a beautiful little castle out on a craggy outlook that we can go and have dinner. We can walk. We're not going to do any great big hiking on this trip unless you're into that and you want to wake up early and do some extra hiking or something with me. But this is a moderate trip, just beautiful walking. When we get to the Amalfi Coast, some parts are steep, but you can stay in the flat parts if you want. Anyway, back to Ischia. We'll go to an organic winery and they'll do a farm-to-table lunch for us. We have lots of fun things planned. They have thermal spas all over the island, so you can take a little bit of time to just sit in a spa, get a little treatment. This was the first place where the Greeks landed, the island of Ischia, and they were fascinated. And there's some little ruins there that you can still see, and the thermal spas are still active. So it's a fabulous island. Then we'll take the ferry to Sorrento, which is down here. Sorrento is a really cute town. It's a great place to stop, and we'll have lunch and be able to tour around there. And then we've got our own private driver for the rest of the time, and we'll camp out in Amalfi so we don't have to change hotels or worry about things like that. Out of Amalfi, we've got some beautiful day trips. We're going to visit, again, a winery. We'll do a wine tasting. We're visiting a lemon orchard. I almost wore my lemon shirt for you guys tonight, but I didn't. There's great shopping, really cute little stores, tiny little streets, amazing food wherever you turn. We're going to do a cooking class. We're going to go to a lemon orchard. And then one day we'll do this 3-hour boat tour if you can see my cursor, from Amalfi to Positano. And then there's this gorgeous town called Ravello that's way up in the cliffs that we'll drive to and explore and do cocktails up there. So there's on the website, you can see there's a quick summary. It kind of goes into which hotels we're staying, what our itinerary is. This was me recreating the Beatles album cover, walking across Pompeii, but you can't even believe how beautiful it is there. And I think I've kind of covered, that's the beautiful castle I was talking about. We can walk to it. So there's this little walkway, and this is right off the island of Ischia. So you just walk to it, and up in the castle, it's beautiful. You can have cocktails and look over the bay. These are just some beautiful pictures of the beaches in Ischia. We'll have some free time to do some journaling if we want, or do some interesting things with Lesley, or just explore the town, but we have something planned for every day. That's the beautiful little cove where our hotel that we're staying in is located. So it's just a gorgeous trip. Then we're doing Amalfi Coast. Has anyone been to the Amalfi Coast? Because it is breathtaking. Oh, yeah, you have. I had always wanted to go. I've been to lots of parts of Italy, but boy, I had so much fun last year checking it out. It's really pretty. There's a lot to do. We'll have our own private driver and our own private boat. So just doing things as a group. So you can kind of look through here. Right here, this picture on the left is up in Ravello. That's exactly where we're going to be having cocktails. And I took that picture looking out over the bay last year. And there's a couple palazzos we're going to get a little tour of, see some of the scenery, and then we head home. So I just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview and then answer any questions that you might have. We'll do, once we've got everybody signed up, and we've got plenty of time still, we'll do a Zoom call about packing and stuff like that. But things you should know, if you're a CoveyClub member, you get a $500 discount. And it's, if you're not a member, it's $299 to join this amazing group. And Lesley can tell you there's so many. She's got a library full of cool videos. There's things almost every night of the week that you can get on and do networking, or there's all kinds of stuff. If you're not a CoveyClub member, you get $250 off. And friends of CoveyClub members, or kids or partners or whatever, also get $250 off. But do you want to say anything more, Lesley, about?
Yes, I'm just having terrible time with my computer has decided there's obviously some updates. So all these things, every time you touch them, they grow.
Well, while you're looking, I can also say you can have a single or a double. Good. So there's single rooms available, there's doubles available. Our hotels are located in really beautiful areas where it's really easy. You just walk out the door and you're like in the town. So that when you do have free time, you can go to the spa, you can go to a pool, you can take a walk, you can do whatever, but we're close to everything. And then when we do need to go on our day trips, we've got private drivers.
So yeah, go ahead.
What is the max number of attendees?
I think we can take up to 14.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a horde of people moving around.
It's a wonderful, to keep it under 14 is just a really nice movable group.
And I'll tell you just a little bit about what we'll do. Depending on the group, once we get the group assembled, then I'll find out what you guys really like to do. Because what I'm all about is connection and revealing ourselves to each other. So that's kind of what I like to do. So we might do, these are all might until we know who's coming. We can do some guided meditations. I'm a big meditator. I find that it's wonderful to do when you travel, especially. I've meditated outside a Japanese Buddhist temple and in the map room of the White House. And where you meditate makes a big difference. Let me tell you, I'm not woo-woo at all, but things definitely are in the air where you decide to do it. I will tell you, old ruins are a great place to do it. It's really fun. I'm a big journaling person, and we have really a lot of fun designing our own journals and using them in different ways in terms of, we might be writing certain things each day just for ourselves. There are all kinds of things that we can do with writing prompts and journaling. We have a really fun thing that we do when we get together here for our retreat, which is What's My Secret Bingo, where everybody gives a secret about themselves that no one would know. We put them in a bingo card, and then everybody has to go find out, guess who's who. And that's how you get to know each other. And you'd be shocked at what you don't know. I find things that I don't even know about people that I thought I knew. So it's kind of fun. It's fun and silly. And then we do something called the Covey Shuffle, which is so it's kind of a bonding moment. I do it now at each event. And people have told me it's the most meaningful thing they've done in a long, long time. So we get together and I read a series of statements, and people who, if they want to play, none of this is required. You can do it or not do it. It all depends on what you like to do. And people move to the center if the statement appeals to them, is true for them. And you'd be shocked at how you get to know people really quickly when they reveal themselves. And you'd also be shocked at how much we are the same. And we've gone through the same things, we just don't talk about them. And so there's a lot of fun stuff that we'll do. And, it would all depend on who ends up in the group and what we like to do, but we can adjust it as we go. So do you guys have any questions or thoughts or comments?
Please ask away, anything.
No questions? We answered all your questions? No way. Kiki, it's 9 days, right? All together on the ground?
Yes, let me get back up here. So we land on the 4th. I will help. Oh, I should have added this anyway. I will help everybody personally to find your right flight so that we can land in the morning, like before noon on the 4th. And then I'm going to have a driver that takes us to Pompeii. And we have the afternoon and evening to just relax at the pool bar, do what we feel like. I can walk you around the town a little bit, but that's just sort of like, let's get together and relax. And then we'll meet for a dinner at the top. But I'll help you with flights to and fro, so we can make sure that everybody's got the right flights, the right dates. And I work with different bookers that can get really good business class deals. Or if you have miles, we'll do your miles. And Lesley, I did put your United mileage.
Oh, you did? Good.
Yeah, got all that set. And then I'll also work with each of you to get you insurance. So it will cover your flight and your trip, so that should anything happen before you're able to go, you would be able to get your money back. And I have researched a ton of different travel insurance companies, and the best one, I think, for the least amount of money, so you get your bang for everything for the buck, is CSA Generali. So I can personally get you quotes for that and just help you every step of the way. I am really excited, and that's why I like working with small groups. I can really take time to talk to each person. If you have a private question that you want to ask me, you've got my email and phone number. Does anybody not have my email and phone number? I can put it in. I can put it in.
Drop it into the chat there so everybody has it.
Okay, pop it into the chat.
Yeah, and Kiki requires us to have insurance. Also because, if people bail out of the trip, all the trip things are based on numbers, so we can't, Covey and Kiki can't refund money. So you'll get it from the insurance if something happens. And things do. Somebody's father falls down the stairs at the last minute. It's happened.
We hope nothing like that happens.
It happens. I will say that every time I do a retreat at the last minute, something happens to a few people. It just does. So we want to make sure that you're okay, we're okay, we can still go. And we want to make sure you guys are covered as well.
Yeah, so you've got hands-on for me. I always recommend packing in a carry-on, but you're welcome to bring a big suitcase. It's just, with all the traveling I do, always find that I've overpacked. Oh, so I'll give you lots of cool travel tips. I've done a few videos on that and stuff. My big worry is going to play that game and see if there's something that Abby doesn't know about me. Because she knows me so well and has watched my kids grow up, and I'll just be so thrilled to spend. Here's my other little tip. And I've done this. It's one of the reasons I started my business years ago. We all have sisters, brothers, friends, college roommates, people that we love, that were a big part of our lives that we just haven't caught up with. And even when you get to catch up, for a meal or a weekend or a Christmas time thing, it's not like getting away in a small group and traveling together. And so my last tour was to Ireland, and I had 2 old college friends come, and it was like, it just blew our minds. We were so happy. We had so much fun catching up and really just enjoying Ireland together. And I've had friends like that. Friend came to India with me, just so it's really fun think of some of those people and write to them and say, would you want to be my roommate? Or if you don't want to be my roommate, or I don't want to be yours, get your own room. But, there may also be some space where some people who are booking as singles right now wouldn't mind having a roommate. They're just waiting to see who else signs up. So there are opportunities where you can room with somebody. So yeah, there's little tips like packing. And one of the things I love to do is travel when it's not too crowded. So we are going at a time when it's not overwhelmingly crazy crowded. And Lesley and I had talked about doing late April, and you know what? It's just insane in Italy because of Easter and so much religious celebrations, and we just wouldn't even be able to drive around.
Right.
So we're going at a gorgeous time. We're going to get a lot of personal attention. If any of you have seen Stanley Tucci's show about Italy, about how much he loves Italy, he did one of the sessions on Il Focolare, which is this amazing family-run restaurant in Ischia. And I went and had the best time with the family. They took me into their personal wine cave. They made me like a Michelin-starred dinner. And I'm buddies with them now and text them all the time. And they're gonna roll out the red carpet for us. It's incredible ambiance, incredible food. So check out Stanley Tucci's show and see if you can find the Il Focolare section. And Abby, they're going to be in New York City in January, so I might fly in to see them if you want to come with me. Anybody who's near New York. But so lots of friends along the way, wonderful people at every turn, incredible guides. And if you have any questions now, please, that's what we're here for. Or you can always text me. I popped my number in there.
Great. And I hope you guys will all come. And there's, if you're not a member of Covey, Casey, can you just drop the link to CoveyClub.com, the join page? There's so much that you get by joining the club. It will save you money on this trip. And then on all the other things we do, we teach, we pull people together for all kinds of events and we have a community now that we are working on, where we're meeting every other week on a Tuesday night to talk about women's issues and where we're headed, all kinds of stuff. It's a wonderful group of women like us who are navigating the changes of midlife and trying to figure it out, but we're all doing it together. And so it's a lot better. Some of us are trying to reinvent, and we know an awful lot about reinvention, restarting, rebooting, all those kinds of things too. So I hope you'll join us. Reach out to Kiki. She's your first touch, or me. I'm Lesley at CoveyClub.com. And I hope that we'll see you. Do you guys have any other questions?
I'm curious if there's an annual trip with Covey Club, or does this happen every year, or this is a unique offering?
This is unique
for the opportunity.
This is unique because we just introduced travel. We had not been doing it as travel. We had been doing our escapes. We've been doing them in New Orleans. There's a 3-day event, which is more.
This will be our second year, and
it may become, maybe we'll do 1 or 2 trips a year. I don't really know yet, but it all depends on if everybody wants it, we'll do 2. I really run it by what do people want. And that's the key. If people want it, we can do more. So, but right now, as far as we know, this is our only one. So don't wait because you'll miss it.
Good, thank you.
All right.
Yes, call anytime, you guys. Lesley, I'm always so happy to be doing this with you.
Yeah, no, I'm really psyched. This is going to be really fun. I have not been to Italy in so long. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. And thanks, Casey, for everything.
Great. Thank you all. Hope to see you there.
Great
See
to
you
see
guys.
you.
Sign up soon because the air flights are cheap now.
Yeah, call me. I'll help you.
All right. Ciao, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.